Today, first of all, what are you doing? How are you doing? How is your week going? I am about to do my makeup. Today is a recording day. I'm actually going to be recording a video doing like a psychological synopsis of the two main female lead characters in Beauty in Black, Kimmy and Mallory. And so I'm super excited about that. Like when I say this is something different for me, and I'm excited about it. And so I'm so excited that I was like, I can't really actually wait to talk to the girls. So like, let's do a little chit chat so I can kind of talk to you guys as I get ready. Very impromptu. Very impromptu. I legit just got out of the shower. You can see like the watermarks on the shower. I just got hair wet, wig still on the wig head. This is what we're doing. I just put on a little lip gloss. This is actually a lip oil lip tint, just so we're not completely dry and looking crazy while we do this. But I missed y'all. We haven't done one of these in a really long time. So I just wanted to kind of sit down and do like a chit chat and just kind of check in while I do my makeup. Let me turn the mirror that I use here. Look, it just has like a little light on it, and so it helps me kind of see myself a little better. You know, she's almost 40. She's almost 40, so she needs a little help. And a little light never hurt nobody. So what have you guys been up to? Let me tell you, I have been in such a really good space, like with my mental health. I told you guys in one of my vlogs and in one of the sit-down videos that I started taking Vyvanse, and it is making such a world of difference for me and my ability to focus. And like, you would not think that like just being able to accomplish basic tasks. This is the Danessa Myricks blurring balm. I use it as a primer. I put a lot around my nose. If you ever wear makeup, you know, I don't know what it is about wearing makeup, but like it makes my nose sweat and like run. We don't have time for that. I put a little bit of extra primer, like balm, around my nostrils. It stops that from happening. Why it stops it, I don't know the science behind it, baby, but I do know it stops it. I got my makeup brushes already sitting here. They are dirty because I wore makeup day before yesterday. I'm not often actually wearing makeup. If you see me out in the wild, in the world, running around, this is the face you're gonna get. But for content, I normally will put on a little razzle dazzle for the girls. So I had to I actually recorded some content the other day, and so my makeup brushes are still dirty. Fun fact, I hate dirty makeup brushes. I normally actually clean my makeup brushes right after I use them, and if not right after, then the same day. Then at least before I go to sleep, I will wash my makeup brushes. But because I knew that I was going to be recording today and I recorded some stuff yesterday, I didn't have time for them to dry. So they still dirty, baby, but that's okay. It'll be okay. Let me get one of these little things to wipe my hands. This is going to be a very long chatty vlog. I'm probably not going to do a lot of editing to this. It's really going to be just a real life, old school, regular, get ready with me. Like, catch up, chit chat. And for those of you who are new here, I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. I normally know better than that. I am Dr. DeeDee Wednesday, therapist, mommy, and motivator, and I make content around mental health, motherhood, and things to really help you be your best self. For me, the purpose of these videos, the purpose of this community is for us to grow up and glow up together. I am a regular girl from a very small town in Louisiana. I am, fun fact, originally from Broward County, Florida, but my entire family is from Rouge, Louisiana. And I spent a lot of my life also in Louisiana. That's where I graduated from high school. That's where I'm from. So yeah, just a small town girl with big dreams, trying to build a little community for herself. I was talking to one of my cousins the other day, and she was like, why is that important to you? Like, I'm always saying, like, build community, my community. And she was asking, why is that so important to me? And I don't think it's something that I've ever really talked about on the internet, or really to most people, except for my therapist. I moved around a lot growing up. I was not an Army brat or anything like that, but my mom was a teacher and she was just very determined. And she really wanted better for herself. And so if there was opportunity for growth at different schools in different areas, Katie was taking those opportunities. My mother's name is Katie. She was taking those opportunities. And where Katie went, DeeDee went. I am the youngest of 6 siblings, but I grew up an only child. My siblings are much older than I am. My closest sibling in age to me is still 8.5 years older than me. So by the time your girl was 2nd, 3rd grade, it was just me and my mama. And my parents are divorced. So it was really just me and my mama. So wherever she went, guess what? I went. So when she changed jobs and she changed schools, she took me with her. And also, we didn't grow up with access to a whole lot of resources. We weren't living the worst life, but things could have been better. I definitely had humble beginnings that I am not ashamed of. They made me exactly who I am, and I am proud of everything that I am and everything that I have become. But yeah, so my mother was a teacher and a single parent. So, she wanted me to have the best education that I possibly could, which is also why I grew up in South Florida and not in, Louisiana like most of, like both of my sisters. She actually ended up moving for me. So, well, for herself, for her own growth, but also to make sure that, when I came along, I had access to resources. And so because the places that we lived weren't necessarily zoned for the best schools. So my mother took jobs that were, kind of further away from where we lived as a teacher so that her daughter could also attend those schools. And so because she was constantly on the come up and just trying to better herself and be better in her career, she oftentimes moved schools. And so when she moved schools, a lot of times that meant we also moved neighborhoods, but I also had to move schools with her because I was never zoned for any of those schools that we went to, that I went to. And so that just meant, I grew up having a lot of change and a lot of transitions in my life, but also just not having a lot of consistency in the type of community that a lot of people grew up with, going to the same schools and having the same friends and living in the same neighborhoods. I didn't get to really experience that growing up. I never had a consistent neighborhood. I didn't grow up with the same group of friends and go to middle school with the same group of friends and go to high school with the same group of friends. It was always just me and my mama. That was the community, and my mom worked a lot. So I spent a lot of time alone as a child and as an adolescent, and I have no regrets about it. She can be by herself. She loves herself. But I'm also an extrovert, so sometimes that was a little wonky for me. But the reason that community is so important to me is because the truth is I never had it. I never got to really experience that. And it's something that I have always kind of longed for. And so it is very difficult for me as a person, because of the way that I grew up, to really and truly maintain relationships with people long-term and consistently. And I know that's a me thing. I'm working on it in therapy, girl. We all right. But so it's hard for me. And so it's something that I decided that I wasn't going to go my whole life without having. So what was the alternative? You. You were my alternative. Building a community of women here in this space was the alternative. And that's what we're doing. And I'm proud of us for doing it. Okay. And so that's why building community online is so important to me, because I didn't grow up with a lot of community. I didn't grow up with a lot of family and having a lot of people around that I could, you know, depend on, and that I could have depend on me either. And so I know I'm not the only one that had that experience. And even if your experience doesn't look like that, there are a lot of us who don't have our own communities. And so, you know what? We ain't gotta live like that. We could be our own community. Shoot. And so that's what this is for. I want us to have our own community, but I also want us to be healthy in the community that we're building together for ourselves, because that's important. You know, as women especially, we need each other. We live a very different life that other people do not understand. They don't always understand the kind of things that we go through and the things that we experience and how those things affect our mental health. And we need a space that's just for us to talk about that, to learn about that, and to just be able to be ourselves. You know, all of the content that I make is not always about mental health. Some of it is lifestyle stuff. You know, some of it is things that I have, you know, learned myself on the way and that I want to teach. And some of it is just you guys watching me live my life as a normal person, because that's important too. You know, it's important for people to see me just be myself also. And that kind of content is fun too. So this is a new technique that I've started using, applying my setting powder with a makeup brush. This is a concealer brush from Morphe. And so I just take my powder from the dispenser and I kind of pour a little bit into the top, and I just kind of in circular motions, just kind of pick up a little bit and make sure it's flat on the brush. And I just pat, 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 and get in there so that it doesn't crease. And it looks really good. Look at that. Yeah. I think I learned it off TikTok from watching somebody, but I'm not gonna lie and tell you who, because I do not remember. And so we're gonna put a little bit of contour stick just around our edges so that, you know, it doesn't look so crazy, because we need to put some color back in. We were very much looking like a stocking cap by the face. But yeah, that's why having online community is so important to me, because I didn't grow up with a ton of my own community, but that doesn't mean I don't deserve community. And just because we as people have a hard time building community and relationships in the places that we live, even currently, that doesn't mean that we don't deserve to have it, right? We still deserve community. And so we're gonna have our own little community right here. Our community of girls growing and glowing together, because we deserve it. We deserve that. And we are not down on ourselves over here. We love ourselves over here. And even on days that we have bad days, because hot girls have bad days too. We feel our feelings. We experience our feelings. We're gonna blend that out a little bit, baby. It's giving very much like stark difference. There we go. We're gonna blend this out over here a little bit too. You know what? Let's take this foundation brush. I still got a little bit on my finger. It's a little too dark over here, I can kind of tell. And we're gonna blend around like that. There we go. Just a little pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. We want to bring the color back, but we don't want to be looking crazy at the same time. But yeah, and so that's why this community is so important to me, because there are so many of us who just don't have access to regular physical community, I guess we'll call it. But that doesn't mean we don't deserve it, because we do. And we gonna have it right here. We gonna have it right here. You know, your girl got blush blindness, and she likes a lot of blush. And so I also learned that if you hold some of your brushes, especially like blush, at the tip, it stops you from pressing so hard. And so you can get a more even look. And so I have been doing that just a little bit. See? It's a little even. It's a little even look, like the girls say. Because I can be a little heavy-handed. And then when you push really hard on the brush, it just kind of pushes it all into one spot and makes it harder to kind of disperse it. everywhere that you need to, so it can look, it ain't gonna look natural because I don't blush in hot pink, but it still looks better than just a glob of blush right there. I need to clean this. Even the handle is dirty, child. That's a mess. So, also, y'all talk back to me. I be wanting to talk to y'all, and y'all do not be talking back to me. And that hurts my feelings. What have y'all been up to? What are y'all doing? What kind of content do you guys like watching? Give me some suggestions on things that I can watch also. I don't consume a ton of content myself, but I would like to get back into it. I've just been really busy, if I'm going to be honest. I took a position full-time teaching at a university, and it takes so much of my time. I just really don't have a lot of time, and so I feel like I've gotten so far away from like the content creators that I'm used to watching that like I'm just removed. So who have you guys been watching, and what do y'all like to watch? Give me some suggestions so that, you know, I can get back into the loop of things, the swing of things. I feel like I'm so disconnected. And what kind of content would y'all like to see me make? You know, are there some topics that y'all want me to discuss? I'm just gonna take the same bronzer with a little fluffy brush for my eyeshadow and just put it along my eyeshadow lid and a little bit in the crease and call it a day, because I'm actually not even leaving my house today. So, whoa, poke myself in the eye, child. I'm actually not even leaving my house today, so we don't need to do a whole lot. It's just a quick 1-2 step for the girls in the community to see that we look like some. I think this, I got a little bit too much on it. Okay, let's get a little bit of that off. I just have one of these little face towels in my lap, and so I'm gonna take the brush and just kind of do this and get some of the product off of there, and then kind of blend it a little bit more, because this is giving very much with the blush. Crazy girl, you're crazy girl, you're crazy, and we look crazy, and so we don't want to look crazy. It's okay if we feel a little bit crazy sometimes, but we ain't gotta look the part, baby. It's getting bozo. It be Bozo the clown. We don't want to do that. We want to be cute. We're gonna get some of this a little bit down too, because that's a little bit much for me. Yeah, we're gonna do something with that. Don't worry, still trust the process, girl. Trust the process. We got this. We kind of know what we're doing a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. We know what we're doing a little bit. Just a little bit. I bought these new brushes from Morphe, and so I'm used to my MAC brushes. I know exactly what the MAC brushes do. But these Morphe brushes, I have to look at them and see what they're for. Okay, this one is the powder brush. You would think I would be able to tell just by the product that's on it, but I haven't been doing it, y'all. I just been reading it. Do we want to go like bold pink on top of to kind of set the blush, or do we want to go like a hot baby pink kind of look? I don't even know what I'm wearing in the video. What you think? We always wear this one, and this one is always cute. But this one is softer. Do we want to be soft, or do we want to be bam, bold? Bam, bold. I'm feeling softer. I'm gonna go soft today. Maybe we'll be bold tomorrow. And then I'll mix these two a little bit so it's not super soft. Because sometimes that soft can be very much. We'll mix them a little bit and see what happens on the edge, so we're not pushing too hard. There we go. Okay. What do we think? A little soft, a little bit more down. What do we think? Yeah? A little mixy, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, and forth. And let me see you go back, forth, and forth. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get to the blush. And kind of set it like that. Set it and forget it. Okay. And I know the girls are like, DeeDee, that's a lot of blush. And you're right, it is. And you're right, it is a lot of blush. Trust the process, because I do powder over everything. A little Charlotte Tilbury. What color is it? Airbrush Flawless Finish powder on top. If I can open it, doggone it. There we go. And then we just take a little bit of this, a little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, and then we put it over everything to kind of, I be saying it, trying to make it look more like skin and natural, but I don't know if that's what's happening, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to make happen. If that's not what's happening. And so we go over the blush and everything else as well. So it kind of, you know, kind of calms it down. It's not as bright as it would be. You can absolutely still see it. Now we're gonna have our wig on, so you're not gonna see all of that. But yeah, see? Easy peasy. So we put those in there. We gotta wash these brushes today. We can't go another day with these brushes looking like that. We need a little eyeliner. Actually, before we do the eyeliner, let's set. We're gonna do some setting spray. I use a Charlotte Tilbury airbrush. And that just kind of melts it in. I spray a lot of that because I want it melted in. You see it's all on my chest. But we want it melted in, so we just fan that dry. See? It's all kind of just like melted in and it looks just like face rather than just looking crazy. And then we're going in with a fixing spray. That's it. This is a setting spray. This is a fixing spray. The setting spray is going to be wetter. It's going to come out in like a mist, like a wet mist. And your setting spray is going to come out also like a mist, but it's going to be dry when it hits your face. Okay, kind of like, think hairspray for your face. And I use the one size. I actually use a few fixing sprays, but you about to see. Hold on. Deep breath. Do not breathe this in, girl. We want you to live. And if you breathe this in, I can't guarantee that you're gonna live. So don't do that. Take a deep breath in. Okay. We don't actually need to fan that because like I said, it comes out and your face is still dry. And so I use another fixing spray. I use the, baby, I don't really know how to say this word and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. It looks like it says Kryolin. That's how I say Kryolin. That's how the girls be saying it online. But this is the one that I use. You have to order this online. It takes a long time to come in. Do not inhale, okay? We Bill Clinton in here, okay? We don't inhale, okay? Okay. So we set it and then we fixed it twice. And now, this is the one I know y'all ain't seen. But I don't gatekeep, so I'm gonna share with the girls. I know y'all ain't seen this. I know y'all ain't seen this. I know this is new to you. Because it was new to me. Okay? Okay? It was new to me. This is the Blue Marble. It is a water-based film forming barrier to seal makeup. When I say, I got this from like a cinema makeup store online. It's basically, when I say cinema, like movies. So these are the products. They use this and this. I was looking at a makeup artist who does makeup for movies, and she was using this. And I was like, what is that she got on? I got on a Googler, schmoogler. And I said, where can I get that? Baby, this is, it creates like a film around your face. Let me tell you something. I had on a white dress. I was hugging people. Nothing. This right here, my face, it don't move.
Y'all, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move. Stiff wear.
My face with this here, it don't move. It don't smear, it don't smudge. When I push up on things like fabric and hug people, it doesn't come off. If you really want to do something dirty, if you really want your makeup to be sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered, you'll get you some of this. Now this is the Ben Nye Final Seal Matte Makeup Sealer. this here, this ain't nothing to play with. Get you some of this for the days that you really going out on the town. And you got something to do and you don't want that makeup to go nowhere. This, I had to scrub my makeup off when I used this on. Me and Danny went on a cruise this summer. I put some of this on my face. I had to scrub the makeup off. The makeup was on my face. Now I ain't going nowhere, like I said, so I don't need all of this here. I'm gonna put her back in the vault. But this, I can't stand when I touch my face, and I do French tips. I touch my face and then my nails be brown from the makeup. I don't like that. I don't care if I ain't going nowhere. I don't want that. And I don't want my makeup getting all over the place. Now I will say, if you're gonna use this, your face is gonna be drier than a desert. It's gonna be drier than a desert. I'm talking about, woo, dry, okay? If you like that matte look like that, that's good for you. I don't like that look, okay? And so if I put that on, what is the, let me see if I can find, I don't know where it is. I have a Evian spray. So if I use this, I will spray my face with the Evian water mist. I don't know where it's at. I thought it was right here. Apparently it's not. Real quick, future DeeDee coming in real to save the day really quickly. I left the big one outside in my car because I was having a little photo shoot, but I do have the little one. This is the Evian spray that I was telling you about. This is just the travel size one that I spray on my face after the really matte spray I was telling y'all about. But I just want to show y'all really quickly before I forgot, because I'm good at forgetting things. This is the travel size. It comes in a big one. If you order online, sometimes you order the big one, they'll send you the little one. That's how I got this one. But yeah, back to the regularly scheduled program. I just want to show y'all really quickly before I completely forgot. I will spray that Evian spray, that mist on top, so it's not so dry. I don't like a dry look like that. That's not, because I have oily skin naturally, and so I feel like when I look matte like that, I don't look like myself. So I'm gonna spray some of this on my face. Now this you got to shake up. It's got a little blue ball at the bottom. You got to shake this up. Shake, shake, shake and bake, shake your booty, shake your booty. Yeah, give the good old grandma shake. And then we're gonna spray it. I spray a little bit out first because I don't want, just in case a little clump come out, I don't want that to come out on me. So I spray a little bit in the sink and then I do my face. Whew. Okay, now that does come out a little wet, so we will, get back to our fanning days. Okay, so now that that's done, we'll go ahead and put, I like to do all of my sprays and then my eyeliner, and I'm gonna put on some eyelash clusters. But if you do your liner, or even if you just do mascara or lashes before you do them sprays, them lashes gonna be stuck to your eyelid, and they're gonna be set like that, because that's setting and fixing spray. They're gonna be set and fixed to the top of your eyelid. That's not what you want. If that's the look that you're going for, that'd be very avant-garde. Then go for that, but that's not the look she goes for. I don't want that for myself. And then I have found that my eyeliner will run also because the products are wet. No, don't do that to yourself. Do all the sprays and then do your eye stuff, like if you're gonna put eyeshadow on, go ahead and put your eyeshadow on. You can set and fix that. So, but when it comes to like the liners and stuff, just do it after you do your sprays. Fun fact, I know that you guys have probably noticed that I wear blue eyeliner every single day. Even if I don't have on no makeup, I have on my blue eyeliner. And there is a bit of a story behind that. I don't typically share it with a ton of people, but our community is still kind of small. So I might share it with you guys. Someone very important to me passed away in 2009. He was my brother. Biologically my cousin, but our moms are twins, and he lived with us for a time, very similar to the storyline from the First Prince of Bel-Air. And so he was Will and I was Ashley, so he was my brother, and he passed away in 2009. His name was Roderick for short, and his favorite color was blue. And so there are things in my life that I've accomplished, and I have done so after his death, and he has not been physically present, and that was something that bothered me a lot. I'm okay. We are good. I'm just telling you why. But I used to wear a blue bracelet every single day for him. But it wasn't something that I was thinking about. And so I wanted to do something that I had to think about every day that would also remind me of him every single day. So I wear blue eyeliner every single day in memory of my brother Roderick. And so that's why I wear the blue eyeliner. I wear the blue eyeliner for him every day. And it is something that I have to consciously do. I have to apply it every day. And every day I do it, I think of him and I have his memories with me. And when I have accomplishments, when I have speeches, when I defended my dissertation, when I go to graduations, at my own graduations, at award ceremonies, wherever I am, he's right here with me. And so that is why I wear the blue eyeliner. I wear the blue eyeliner for him. And I have been doing so for several years now. And that's why. So now you guys know that. Nobody else really knows that. So just those of us in our little community know that now. He was amazing. Freaking amazing. And I loved him down. He was my protector. I'm gonna be your protector. Ooh. This is some alcohol. I'm about to do my lashes. And this is the lash wand I use by Velour. I really like it. It has this little thing at the bottom where I can push my lashes up. But I do spray it with alcohol before I use it. Glue. Hold the thing up now. Little glue. Okay, so these are the ones that I use. I have a bunch of these same ones in my little, a bunch of them. Keep them on deck, baby. And so I just pick one up just like this. Easy. Tweezer. And then stick it on there. And I do 14, 14, 12, 12, 10. That's the lash map I use. Because I don't like it to be too much. But I do like a cute little something, something. I cannot talk and do my lashes, so y'all gonna have to forgive me, okay? Okay? See? Very natural. And then we just take the other side and we seal it. Just a little jagged just at the bottom. Okay, girl, we're back. The lashes are done. What do we think? Flutter, flutter, flutter. Flutter, flutter, flutter. We cute, we look cute. And now we need to put on our wig. How about wig off the wig cap, about to be on our head. Okay, so, and we do glueless, so we just toss her on, just like that. I'm thinking about switching my part on this unit from the middle to the side. What do y'all think? I think that it might be cute. This wig I've only ever worn in the middle. Let me fix that. Okay. Let me tell you what a difference a wig makes, okay? Huge difference, right? Like just that quickly. A little makeup, a little hair. Hey. A little lip gloss. That's it. We didn't do a lot of curls today with the wig just because I didn't want to be too curly. The last few videos I've been like big, curly, voluptuous, but we like that. But yeah, we just wanted to do something just simple today, and I didn't feel like rolling the wig last night. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the real truth. I didn't feel like rolling this wig last night when I went to sleep, so the curls fell a little bit, but that's okay because we're still pretty. I'm about to record the Beauty in Black video. Y'all, I wrote the script to this video last night. It took me almost 3 hours to write this script. And when I say I'm so proud of it, this video will air after that one. And so if you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch that video. I am so proud of that video. It combines two things that I love. One, television, and therapy, counseling, psychology, and like breaking down like the female archetypes and just being able to relate to those characters. Like, I am proud of that work. So if you haven't seen that video, scroll back after you finish this video. This one's almost over. Hold on, girl, hold on, just a little patience. And tell me what you think of it in the comment section over there. Let me know if you like that kind of work, and if you like this like very spontaneous get ready with me video also, so that if you do, I can keep making them, because I put on makeup and hair at least twice a week to make videos. So like, we can do a chit chat get ready with me unscripted at least once, maybe even twice a week. I can just turn the phone on and record, because these videos I just make on my phone. But if it's something that you like, then it's something that we can easily do. And this is very much real. Like, this is me and all of my realness and authenticity, and I like it. I wonder if you like it. Do you like it? I hope you like it. If you like this video, please give me a like, leave a comment, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do, girl? What do you do for fun? Do you have any kids? How many? Boys, girls, theys, thems. We don't discriminate, and we definitely don't judge around here, okay? Oh, also, make sure you're subscribed. Before we get into the real end, make sure that you're subscribed so we can grow this community and build community so that we all can have love and enjoyment with each other, and support. So we can all support one another and be here for one another. And as always, sis, I love you, and I hope you have an amazingly blessed day. Mwah. Bye.